Radio is a powerful medium for celebrating humanity in all its diversity and constitutes a platform for democratic discourse. Radio is also that precursor to podcasting, both of which empower voices and encourage dialogue. The United Nations designates Sunday, February 13, as World Radio Day, an important commemoration of the role that audio plays in serving diverse communities, informing local populations, and bringing people around the world a little closer and a little more understanding of each other. Listen to this episode to learn more about the UN's International World Radio Day.
Podcast starts now.
This 13 February, UNESCO and our radio station wish you a wonderful World Radio Day. Because people have trusted radio for more than a century. Yes to radio. Yes to trust. Join us on www.worldradioday.org.
Once a year, the UN encourages people around the world to recognize and celebrate the role that radio plays in local societies and economies. That day is Sunday, February 13. Of course, without radio, we likely wouldn't have podcasts, at least as we know them today. Radio made what we do possible, and still serves as a benchmark and a guidepost for many podcasters around the world. So what is World Radio Day? First off, you can visit UNESCO.org or UN.org to learn more about special days. You can also check out the hashtag World Radio Day to see what people around the globe have been saying. Much of the remainder of this episode directly references the UNESCO website. At the global level, radio remains the most widely consumed medium. This unique ability to reach out to the widest audience means radio can shape a society's experience of diversity, stand as an arena for all voices to speak out, be represented, and heard. Radio stations should serve diverse communities, offering a wide variety of programs, viewpoints, and content, and reflect the diversity of audiences in their organizations and operations. Radio continues to be one of the most trusted and used media in the world, according to different international reports. The theme of 2022 edition of World Radio Day is thus devoted to radio and trust. Around the world, particularly in countries that aren't as wealthy as those in the G7, people turn to radio more than to any other medium when they need to be informed. That's actually a quote from Audrey Azoulay, the Director General of UNESCO. The UN peacekeeping mission in the Central African Republic, otherwise known as MINUSCA, coordinated outreach activities with Gira FM, a local radio station in Bangui. Now that is what I call a true application of the medium. Building on more than a century, radio remains one of the most trusted and widely used media. Throughout the years, radio has provided affordable access to information in real time and professional coverage about matters of public interest, as well as guaranteed distance learning and entertainment. Bridging the gap between traditional and state-of-the-art technologies, radio now offers a variety of content through different devices and formats, such as podcasting and multimedia websites. Recent world events and the COVID-19 pandemic have eroded trust in the media in general, fueled by the circulation of false content rapidly spreading on social media. But while studies reveal a global decline in trust in the internet and social networks, they show a rise in overall trust in news, and many citizens still have greater confidence in radio than in any other media. Studies confirm that this same trend exists in related audio media, notably podcasting. However, digital access to information is far from being equal, with huge differences remaining between regions and between communities. In comparison, radio remains affordable and can be listened to everywhere, even when electricity or connectivity are not reliable. That's certainly one advantage that radio has over podcasts, at least in developing countries. It is also diverse and inclusive. Community radio, for instance, reaches out to those underrepresented in the mainstream and social media who may feel better understood and fairly portrayed and consequently trust their local station. On the occasion of World Radio Day 2022, UNESCO calls on radio stations to celebrate the day through 3 sub-themes: trust in radio journalism, or in other words, producing independent and high-quality content; trust and accessibility, which refers to taking care of your audience; and trust and viability of radio stations, which refers to ensuring competitiveness. Radio is a low-cost medium specifically suited to reaching remote communities and vulnerable people, offering a platform to intervene in public debate, irrespective of people's educational level. It also plays a crucial role in emergency communication and disaster relief. Radio is uniquely positioned to bring communities together and foster positive dialogue for change. By listening to its audience and responding to their needs, radio services provide the diversity of views and voices needed to address the challenges we all face. Empowering voices, encouraging dialogue. Radio started it, podcasting takes it into a new territory. Those 3 sub-themes for this year's commemoration are just important to podcasting: nurturing one's audience and ensuring the greatest possible degree of accessibility of content, maintaining the highest quality standards of content creation that observe ethical standards. In other words, if you reference someone else's work, then cite your references, and ensuring a healthy and competitive spectrum of options for both content creators and listeners alike. Visit stephenchristiansen.ca for more episodes of Before, Behind, and Between. This podcast is available on all podcast platforms and streaming apps, including Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and TuneIn. I'm Stephen Christiansen. Thanks for listening.
A production of Stephen Christensen. Podcast complete.